All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about, is Tesla going to raise prices in 2023? There's a lot of things brewing right now, right? With the tax credit, interest rates going up, demand, is it disappearing? Is it still here? So there's people that think that Tesla might raise prices for certain reasons. So let's talk about what might happen on January 1st with the Inflation Reduction Act and all the tax credit. And if they do raise prices, what's the pricing strategy going to be? Is Model 3, well, we kind of know what's going to happen with Model 3 if we believe a certain thing. Model Y, who knows? Model S and X, I think I have a certain position on those, on what's going to happen with the prices. So let's go through. We'll go by one-on-one on all the different vehicles on it. Oh, whoops, I didn't even one-on-one on all the different vehicles on it, but that's just going to be today's video. So after we roll my intro real quick. But yeah, thanks for watching another video. Welcome back to another stream. My name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, because I've actually had 3 Teslas so far: Model 3, a Model S, and Model 3, a Model Y, and a Model S. And I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, which is basically getting the best deal or selling your Tesla, or you're even getting the best financing at the best possible rate. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that like and subscribe. And today's video actually is sponsored by my Calendly link down below in the description, but more on that later. So let's just go through it. So Model 3, this is what we know. So the Inflation Reduction Act, just to recap everybody that has no idea, the electric vehicle credit is back. It's coming back. Tesla hit that cap, that 200,000 limit cap. They lost the 7,500 tax credit, and it's coming back on January 1st that they're eligible if they meet certain criteria. So the first criteria is the vehicle has to be manufactured in the United States. They get $37.50. The second one is the battery critical minerals. If they come from places that aren't like, bad countries, as they like to call it, then you get another $37.50. So it can't come from China, and it seems like all the battery minerals come from China. So that's another $37.50 to make a total of $7,500. It's actually itemized down here. This is an article from Edmunds. I'll put it in the description or actually in the comments. Really good. Explains everything. And also, of course, there's income limits if you make too much money. $150K for singles and $300K for married people. There's a bunch of other stuff in here. You can kind of take a look at that. But what we do know is SUVs, vans, and pickup trucks can't be more than $80,000. So Model Y, Model X, Model X, no. Model Y, you're good. But we're going to talk about the Model 3 first. So the Model 3 first, so the Model 3 is a sedan, so the vehicle can't be more than $55,000. And what we know so far, or what we know at least before Tesla removed this price off of the website for the Model 3 long range, is that the Model 3 long range, so this is a price history tracker that tracks all the different prices, was that the Model 3 long range was $57,990. So this is what we know. Tesla and Elon have came out and said they have every expectation to match their vehicles, become eligible for the Inflation Reduction Act, so they can take advantage of those credits. But they didn't necessarily say when that they're going to become eligible. So it could be next year. I mean, the tax year program is, it's indefinite. I think it's like 10 years or something like that. So they didn't say if it's going to be 2023 or 2024, but they did say that they're waiting on EPA guidelines or something like that through the end of the year, and then they'll announce it after that. But what I speculate is they're definitely not going to announce any sort of credit eligibility until January 1st, or even like the last possible week of December, because they do not want to hurt year-end sales. So this is what we know for the Model 3. If they have every intention to make their vehicles eligible for the Inflation Reduction Act, then this price will drop down from 58 to under 55, maybe even like 54, because you got to remember there's paint colors. That's like $1,000, $2,000. There's rims, another $1,500. White interior is another $1,000. Enhanced autopilot, full self-driving, all this stuff. They don't want to hurt themselves from this extra revenue, because who's going to get full self-driving if they don't get $3,750 or a $7,500 tax credit? No one, right? So this is where I think the Model 3 long range is going to come down on price if they are going to make their vehicles eligible for the tax credit or the Inflation Reduction Act. That's my guess for that. Now, if we jump to the Model Y, that's a kind of a different story because both of the Model Ys are eligible right now because they're both under the 80K price point. So they have really no intention to reduce the price. But what's been going on now is there's a lot of vehicles that are available. And we don't know if they're available because people are canceling orders, the factories are starting to ramp up, or maybe interest rates are higher, so they don't want to, people don't want to pay these high payments anymore. So demand is disappearing slowly, but we don't know if it's because of the tax credit or any of these other factors, or maybe just a combination of all of that. And I'll show you in a second why we can see this and why I can say that. But today's video is actually sponsored by my Calendly link. If you have any questions on like buying a Tesla, or you need some one-on-one advice on where to get the best deal or the best financing rate, you can actually schedule a call with me. Down below in the description, there's a Calendly link where you can schedule a 15 to 30 minute call where you can ask me any questions on buying or selling or financing a Tesla. And after you sign up and schedule the call, you actually get a link to my buying guide that has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible rate, which is right now, there's a credit union on that list. Well, we just made a video earlier, but there's a credit union on that list, 2.99% for 60 months. And we found another one earlier, it's 2.74 for 60 months. So, but we don't know if that's proven yet. So don't do that one yet, but I'll put it on the list as well. But yeah, if you're interested in that, then definitely check that out on the Calendly link and schedule a call with me. But so Model Y, this is why we know that demand is funky. I don't want to say disappearing, but it kind of is disappearing. This is waiting for Tesla.com, 258 Model Ys available for sale, brand new, demo, untitled. You would be the first owner. There's a mixed bag of all of them. So right now here, if you want to see brand new ones, here's all your brand new ones that are available for sale across the country. So is this because people are backing out, or is it because interest rates are too high? I don't know, or people are waiting for the tax credit. We don't know. We don't know. So my guess is they are not gonna. They might just play with the pricing a little bit. They might test it out because they just dropped the price in China across the board, like on average, like $2,000 to $4,000. And the news reports say that demand has spiked up. People are canceling all their other orders from other competitors and all that stuff, and they're buying Teslas now. So Tesla probably sees that. They, good job in China. They reduced the price. They might match that in America, and if they can get that same ramp up of demand and backlog and all that stuff, then they might do it. But what I do know for sure is I don't know for sure, but what I think is definitely going to happen is because there's a lot of competitors coming to the space in America, all in that 50 to 60K price range, all with lower mile range, coming to the market that's competing against the Model Y specifically. These are vehicles like the Mercedes EQB, the Audi Q4 e-tron, the Lexus RZ, Toyota BZ, all these vehicles, 220 range, and they're going to be in that price range about in that lower price range under 65 right now. I think Tesla is going to bring to the market, which they've already brought to the market in China and Europe, a Model Y standard range, and it's going to be priced at or maybe 54K to 58K. I was just talking about this, but 58K. And they actually brought this early on, but they took it away because Elon didn't like the range or something like that. But I think they're going to price it in the mid 50K range, and it's going to be eligible for the tax credit. That's my thoughts on it. So are they going to raise the price? They might adjust it a little bit to test the market. We'll see. But that's, I think, where it's going to be at for the Model Y. So to recap, Model 3, they're going to adjust the price $3,000 down for the long range. Model Y, they're going to introduce a new one, standard range, maybe adjust the long range down like by $2,000 to $3,000. Model S and X, this is where it gets kind of tricky. So if we go back to this sheet that has all the tracking prices, so let's go Model S first. And you can see when the refresh actually came into place right here, the Model S actually started at $80,000. So that was like a slick deal if you compare it to like what it is right now. But $80,000 and now it's $105,000. So $25,000 price increase. And there's a ton of Model S's. I mean, I guess relative, right? There's, a handful of Model S's available, 52 available in the United States right now. And there's always been Model S's available. You can get it pretty easily. Of course, most of them are plaid. not all of them long range. But I think because Tesla has raised the price so much on the Model S, like pretty in like past what, 6 months to a year, like they're gonna start chipping this back down to the under 100K, down to 90s until we get more orders, because they can just play with the leverage, right? They can adjust it up and down depending on the order backlog, because they're nimble, they're quick, they're Tesla, they can just easily do that. The Plaid, maybe they'll just adjust it back down to 5,000. Who knows? I mean, not no one, but that car is expensive, so who knows? Model X, different story. They've raised the price. They went from 90 all the way up to 120, so a $31,000 increase. But the Model X, I think, has a little bit more demand because it's just more versatile, just like how the Model Y has more demand than the Model 3. But they might drop this down, maybe down to like $10,000. But I don't think they really have reason to. I think the long range has good demand, and I think 115 is a good price point for it, brand new. I think it's a good value, unless there's just like a lot more competition that comes into the market for it. But I just don't see that. I mean, the R1S is probably the closest thing right now, and then maybe like the Mercedes EQS SUV, because like, I mean, what is the EQS SUV? What's the price on it? I don't even know. I know like a couple of YouTubers have made a video on it, but like it looks cool. I saw a couple in person, and it kind of looks like a big egg. It doesn't even look, at least I think the Model X looks a lot cooler than it, but I don't even know what's like the MSRP. Let's see, 105. So yeah, if Tesla can easily match that and just destroy the Model S, the EQS demand and all that stuff. Rivian R1S, I think this is much cheaper than the much cheaper than the Model X, but let's see, visualize, much cheaper. So they can, I don't know if they can go down all the way to what this price is at, so 92,000. Yeah, I don't think they'll get that low. I think the lowest they'll ever possibly get is like 110, maybe 105. I don't think they'll need to go that low unless the economy is just in like dire straits or something like that. But that's my prediction. That's my video on, you know, what my prediction is Tesla going to raise or increase prices in 2023. I'm kind of a mixed bag depending on the model. All we really know is if Model 3 Inflation Reduction Act, Tesla makes it eligible, then that's going to go down $2,000 to $3,000, maybe even more, because you got to factor in all those credit options and stuff like that. But Danny, welcome to the stream. Tesla won't raise prices. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. I'm curious. Albert, they should drop the Model Y to 60K and the Model 3 to 50K. Yes, they should. Model Y at $66,000 is way too expensive, in my opinion. It should be, that was a 50K car at one point, so I think 55K is fair, but 65K, it doesn't make sense. Like we ran the payments at like the 3%. It's like a $1,100 payment. That's a lot of gas you need to be saving to justify that payment, at least for me, unless like, you know, you just want to buy, you want to drive the latest and greatest Model Y. Danny, as you noted earlier, they have inventory bills. Other manufacturers have increased days in inventory closing on pre-pandemic levels. Yeah, inventory is coming back, so that you can get a car pretty easily. I have a delivery in 2 days for a Model Y long range without tax, $62,900 tax. Do you think it's worth getting now or wait till next year? Tough. Do you need the questions I asked is, do you need a car now? And let's see, 2 days. Your financing is probably already squared away. Yeah, is it a 2023? Do you know if it has the new comfort suspension or not? Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. You're for sure eligible for the tax credit. It's a gamble, right? So it seems to be okay because you're basically already at a $3,000 to $4,000 discount than current prices. So maybe it won't be worth it for you. But if it's 2023 and you got the newest suspension, and you need a car, then just take delivery of it and be a happy camper. I'm jealous if it's got the new suspension. I want to try it. As you know, whoops, I already clicked that. Rates are increasing, shrinking eligible buyers. Yeah, Danny, you are completely right. Tesla charging 5% APR. Well, maybe not Tesla, the banks that Tesla works with, 5% APR. That is up there for sure. This guy ranting on live, odd. Yes. Supply issues are pretty much behind us. Yes. Supply issues are pretty much behind us. Honda's an example have stated the worst is over for them. Oh, okay, interesting. I didn't know that Honda came out and said that. So is there inventory available? Can you get a Type R? Type R MSRP? Let's go. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching this quick video on will Tesla increase prices in 2023? I don't think so. On across the models, I think they'll decrease them for the most part. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. And I think, but this video is actually sponsored. I mentioned it earlier, but this video is actually sponsored by my calendar. Like, I think, did I mention? Yeah, anyways, you can schedule a call with me down below in the description if you're looking for a one-on-one call on how to buy a Tesla or get the best deal. And after you schedule a call, you get a link to my buying guide, which gets the links to all the resources that I have. And if you're interested in that, go ahead and check it out. But I'm just rambling now. It's getting late. Good night. Thank you for joining and watching another video tonight. Thank you for hitting the likes. Thank you for hitting the comments. I appreciate all of you. And good night and see you guys tomorrow.